All three of my brothers served in the military, and this is personal for me. I am praying for the families who have already lost loved ones and for all of our troops that the president has put in harm's way without legal justification or moral justification. Donald Trump ran on lowering prices on day one and on a, quote, pro-peace ticket. He called himself the peace president, and of course he claims to put America first. So, Undersecretary Colby, do you think that America first means starting another war in the Middle East?
Senator Elizabeth Warren confronted Pentagon policy head Undersecretary Kale in a tense hearing over the Trump administration's recent strikes on Iran. Warren questioned the legality and morality of the attacks, highlighting that 6 American service members have already died. She pressed the official on the constitutional role of Congress in declaring war, making it clear this isn't just politics, it's about the lives of troops and the nation's moral obligations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So over the weekend, Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu launched illegal strikes against Iran. This war for regime change is both unconstitutional and dangerous. Now, we've already lost 6 service members in this war, and President Trump has said, quote, "We may have casualties. That often happens in war." Yesterday, in his briefing to the American people on why our sons and daughters are being sent to war, Trump highlighted the quality of the White House drapes that he had purchased and the gold ballroom that he is building, giving us a sense of what's top of mind for him. Undersecretary Colby, both you and I have sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Under the Constitution, who declares war, the president or Congress?
Congress declares war, if I understand correctly.
Thank you. All three of my brothers served in the military, and this is personal for me. I am praying for the families who have already lost loved ones and for all of our troops that the president has put in harm's way without legal justification or moral justification. Donald Trump ran on lowering prices on day one and on a, quote, pro-peace ticket. He called himself the peace president, and of course he claims to put America first. So, Undersecretary Colby, do you think that America first means starting another war in the Middle East?
Well, Senator, I would just say that the administration does have a legal and moral justification, and I would certainly support the idea that President Trump is the president of peace. First of all, he has
all I can say is, boy, the justification sure seems to be changing every 20 minutes. But could you answer the question I just asked you? And that is, do you think America first means starting another war in the Middle East?
I would say America first and peace through strength are served by rolling back, as the military campaign is designed to do, the threats posed by Iran's very large and growing missile and one-way attack drone program, its Navy, and of course ensuring that it doesn't have a nuclear weapon. And in fact, I think the evidence is, the proof of that is demonstrated by the global support for this initiative.
So you think America first means starting a war anywhere, anytime? I'm confused because you're here to discuss the Trump administration's national defense strategy, and I'll quote it back to you. "No longer will the department be distracted by interventionism, endless wars, regime change, and nation building." Close quote. Interventionism, that means going to another country and bombing them. Endless wars, wars that may last, we don't know how long because there's no clear end point. Regime change, which the president has said this is all about, and nation building. Evidently, the president seems to think he's going to come in and build a different Iran. Now, is that
Senator,
putting America first and following your own
I think I would characterize
objectives?
it fundamentally differently. The defense strategy does talk about the threat posed by Iran and the need to have credible military options. And I don't think this is, certainly as we understand from him and in the goals of the military campaign, this is certainly not nation building. This is not going to be endless, as the president.
So this is not, in your mind, interventionism?
I don't think I don't think that's what that nation building, endless wars, that's definitely
That's
not.
actually the very first word in the Department of Defense.
Interventionism is a more, I would say, kind of responsibility to protect or something. It's obviously not
Really? And we didn't do
defined.
this in order to try to protect Israel?
I think that well, that's one of the goals. It's obviously we're serving our own interests.
Interventionism. And how about the endless war part?
Well, I don't think this is going to be an endless
Is there
war.
a clear goal that we will know when this is over?
Well, the president's going to decide exactly how we do it. The military campaigns have clearly
Okay,
defined
and the
scope
regime
goals.
change part, remind me about that. The president, of course, has called it regime change. Do you disagree with him?
No, I think the president has said that this is an opportunity for the people of Iran to rise up and overthrow their oppressors. But as he indicated, the Venezuelan model could be one the other day.
Does that sound like regime change?
I think the goals of the military, obviously, allowing the Iranian people to take this matter into their own hands is one of the options here. But the American military campaign is got more
so that's
scope
great.
goals,
So the Trump
and it's not an endless war.
administration first says it's going to be America first, then puts out a national defense strategy, and then goes to war alongside Israel illegally, unconstitutionally. And that is now the policy of the Trump administration. Say one thing in a campaign, write it down on paper, and then go do whatever the hell you want.
The time
that
of the
wrong.
senator has.
The exchange grew heated as Warren criticized the administration's claim of America first while engaging in what she called an unconstitutional war. Undersecretary Kribbe struggled to reconcile campaign promises with military actions, repeatedly deflecting questions. Warren emphasized that the administration's shifting justifications reveal a dangerous lack of accountability and clarity in decisions that can cost American lives. Warren also challenged the notion that the military campaign isn't interventionism, endless war, or regime change. She pointed out that the stated goals of protecting national interests and supporting allies are being used to rationalize actions that contradict the official defense strategy. Her questioning framed a critical lesson. Executive overreach in foreign policy can undermine both constitutional authority and international stability. This confrontation underscores the need for robust congressional oversight. Warren's insistence on direct answers teaches viewers how lawmakers hold the executive accountable and protect democratic principles. It also illustrates the stakes of foreign policy decisions and the importance of scrutinizing claims versus actions when national security and constitutional law intersect.